Let me start with you. I just wanted to get your reaction. What do you make of this normalization of ties at this time?
Well, as you mentioned in your opening remarks, it's not a surprise. There have been secret relations for some time. They've expanded really over the past 5 or 6 years as part of the attempt to contain Iranian influence in the region. The UAE has relied on Israel for technology to help monitor activists within its country. It's also coordinated with Israel in a couple of secret campaigns, including inside Syria, also potentially within Yemen, from what we're hearing. So that's not really a surprise. There had been a lot of hints that this was coming. And in fact, it was really more of a question of when it was going to happen, not if it was going to happen. And as you mentioned, this really has to do with domestic politics, both in the United States and in Israel, this announcement. President Trump here in the United States is facing a very difficult reelection campaign. And this is in part to help him secure two things. One, the base of evangelical voters that have been quite devoted to him before the COVID-19 pandemic and actually would view this favorably. The other thing it would actually help with is his key donors, including individuals like Sheldon Adelson, right? So Sheldon Adelson was the big major donor during the 2016 campaign, again in the 2018 midterm elections. But he has been a little stingy this time around, and there have been reports that there are some difficulties between he and Trump. And this kind of decision, or pushing forward this decision, especially since it's going to be the beginning of, from what we can tell, several other major announcements in the coming weeks and months leading into the election by other countries in the Gulf, that this would actually help Trump and perhaps open up some of the purse strings from key pro-Israel donors leading into the campaign in November, the election in November, rather.